I'm Amy Cherry. A Flagler County man is allegedly caught up in a pedophilia ring, Ben Smith reports.
Operation Cruel Summer wrapped up in St. Johns County last week. In a press release, the sheriff's office there says 17 men were arrested over a 5-day period during the operation that targeted people who tried to lure children for sex online. Suspects traveled from as far away as Virginia to meet with who they thought were children but ended up being undercover sheriff's deputies. 28-year-old Carlos Joaquin Rodriguez of Palm Coast was one of the 17 arrested. He faces 4 felony counts connected to the investigation. Rodriguez is out on $45,000 bond. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Ben Smith.
This portion of WNZF Local News, a service of the Daytona Beach International Airport. Fly to the Big Apple in a New York minute on JetBlue from the Daytona Beach International Airport.
A Palm Coast woman is killed in a head-on collision over the weekend. Mary Rose Hamilton has more.
Desir Desenor, a 65-year-old resident of Palm Coast, died, and an 18-year-old woman was seriously hurt in a head-on collision on Old Kings Road, south of Oak Trails in Palm Coast Saturday evening. Now, according to Florida Highway Patrol investigators at the scene, Brianna Perez, 18 of Palm Coast, was driving a Cadillac north and was passing cars when she ran out of room and crashed into Toyota Corolla. Desenor was driving southbound. Now, the investigator said witnesses reported that Perez had been passing at least 2 cars immediately before the impact on a relatively short stretch of a passing zone. As she drove further north, she told troopers her car started hydroplaning. She crossed the center line and ran into Desenor's car, who died a few hours after the crash. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Mary Rose Hamilton.
A decision is expected soon on the next leader of the Flagler County Chamber of Commerce. The chamber has narrowed down its search to 3 candidates vying for the top spot. They are Jorge Gutierrez, Louise Murtaugh, and Tressa Calfee. Jimmy Mulholland is the chamber's board chairman.
Make the hard decision. Right now, it's like you're at the eye doctor. 1 or 2 or 3. It's going to be hard. They're all very, very qualified, and I'm hoping that it's going to be a unanimous decision.
Now let's learn a little bit more about each of the candidates who are vying to be the next president of the Flagler County Chamber of Commerce, taking over for Rebecca DiLorenzo, who left earlier this year. Jorge Gutierrez is from Ormond Beach and has more than 20 years of experience in sales, manufacturing, and business strategy. Here's why he wants the job.
The sense of community and the sense of being able to do something for the community. Taking everything that I've learned from a leadership perspective and applying it for something that's meaningful and that it's going to lay out roots.
And if he's chosen,
I would love Flagler County to be the powerhouse or the center of entrepreneurship of Central Florida. When anybody thinks entrepreneurship, they think of Flagler County.
Louise Murtaugh has worked as executive director of the nonprofit Celebrities for Kids and Molly's House. She described herself as
a visionary, results-driven, roll my sleeves up, get things done, open door policy, having people come in, like sharing the stories, learning about what they do, how we can help them in their business, and I would certainly continue that thought and that philosophy if I came to Flagler County.
She's from Jupiter and says she sees a lot of parallels between Flagler and where she's from.
Jupiter was a small community when I started there in 1994, very similar to Flagler County, quality of life, a lot of ecotourism, small business, and Flagler is that same kind of community, and I'm excited about the opportunity to be here to help it grow and help the business community.
Tressa Calfee is vice president of the Clay County Chamber of Commerce. The Jacksonville native explains what kind of leader she would be.
I have an open door policy. I have an opportunity to let individuals become themselves in their positions and also cross-train into other positions so they too also can grow.
She says she's excited by growth opportunities for Flagler if chosen for the top job.
Bringing some businesses from the north and the south into Flagler County and working hand in hand with economic development in Flagler County.
The 3 final candidates were selected from a pool of 130 applicants in a hiring process that's been ongoing since March. Again, a final decision could come as early as Tuesday. And now you're up to date. On Flagler's Morning News, I'm Amy Cherry.